Hey, this is Jeff at Governors. Wanted to go over wood 101. We've done iron, now we're going to talk wood. Today we're going to talk mantels and beams. A couple different things that are really important. Their species obviously is a big deal. This entire rack is white oak. They look very different because this is how they came out of the house 250 years ago. We salvaged an old house built in 1780. White oak is extremely hard. It is very durable. It is very heavy. And it's pretty rare to have hand-hewn and pit-sawn beams. These are raw, straight out of the house. We just washed them and put them in here. This has a stain and a sealant. This is just sealant. This has a darker stain. And something that's very important when you're buying beams and lumber is how the wood's cut. So come in here a little closer. The top of this, if you look at it, you can catch and see where it's hand hewn, like with an axe. That is the most valuable. Then there's pit sawn, which the other half of this beam looks like this. This is pit sawn, and it looks like a bandsaw, except for it's very irregular. Prior to the Civil War, most wood was pit sawn. People didn't have money to have a circular saw blade, unless you had real money. But the average person had beams that were pit sawn, and at the mill, the crap job was the job in the pit. You didn't want to be in the pit because one guy's pulling a saw down, the other guy's pulling it up. And the reason why it's irregular is they pull it up, pull it down. The guy takes a step forward, the saw wiggles a little, pull it up, pull it down. So you'll notice that it's very irregular. It's really old. This stuff didn't exist past the Civil War era because things became much more industrialized. This one at the bottom is bandsawn. It's exactly the same, it's uniform. This is an older one, it's probably done in the 50s, but nowhere near the same. These are 1780, this is 1950s. Anyway, these are oak. We have heart pine beams. These actually, believe it or not, my house is made of 2x4s currently. These were wall studs in this old same house these came out of. So they're like 3x10. Houses were built very differently back then, built to withstand everything but a bomb. And we have chestnut beams. Most important thing to know is the dimension of the wood you're looking for. What does it weigh? And that determines how you have to hang it. A lot of people now want to put up invisible mounting brackets. The heavier the beam, the harder that is. You have to pre-plan because you have to block behind the drywall. When we have mantels or wood 102, I'll explain kind of how that's done. And then we have a contractor that we do a lot of business with, and we're going to film him actually installing one kind of on a time-lapse video because it's not hard to do. It's just something that if you haven't done it before, the mantels, this is white oak right here. This thing is so heavy. This thing probably weighs 180 pounds. It doesn't look like it, but it's like concrete. So when you hang it on drywall, it just rips it off the wall. So wood 101, mantels, beams, the species and the weight is really kind of where the prices differentiate. Call us if we can help.